Coming up on R&B Reviews, after many delays, we get the latest entry in Sony's Spider-Man-less universe, Kraven the Hunter. Now, is this movie really as bad as people are making it out to be? I'll have my review coming up. Kraven the Hunter is the latest in Sony's Marvel series. It was originally supposed to come out in October of 2023, but then it got delayed to August 30th of 24, and then it got moved again to mid-December. Most of these Spider-Man-less movies, as I call them, have been disappointing, with the exception of Venom, which I thought was an alright movie. So I didn't go into this movie with much enthusiasm. I had read from people that critics and moviegoers were tearing this movie apart, but after seeing the movie itself, I thought Kraven the Hunter, it was okay. I didn't think it was horrible, but it did have a lot of problems. Now, I should probably mention to all of you, my knowledge of Kraven is a bit limited. I first got introduced to the character in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, and basically that's the extent of my knowledge. Perhaps maybe somebody that grew up with Kraven the Hunter in the comic books might have a different take on this adaptation. Aaron Taylor Johnson is Sergei Kravenov, whose drug lord father Nikolai Kravenov, played by Russell Crowe, starts him down a path of vengeance. And from there, Sergei becomes Kraven the Hunter, who tracks down criminals, and he becomes one of the most feared men in the world. I thought Kraven was a technically well-made movie. I thought the camera work, cinematography, and editing were well done, and I thought the movie was off to a good start. For maybe the first 30 minutes, I thought the action scenes were good, I thought the performances from the actors were very good, and I didn't find it laughably bad. I like that we got a backstory to Kraven, and we get to see his love for animals, and when he comes across poachers in his territory, he gets his revenge. I thought maybe moviegoers got this movie wrong. But then, after the 30-minute mark, is when the movie somehow changed. The dialogue started to sound expository. Ariane DeBois, who plays Kraven's ally Calypso, I found her to be a bit bland. I felt like she was doing more reciting than acting. And Fred Heckner, who plays Kraven's brother Dimitri, I felt like he overacted. Alessandro Nivola plays the villain in this movie, and I thought he was okay, but sometimes he would do some things that didn't work, and also I found him to be a bit of a nondescriptive villain. Taylor Johnson and Russell Crowe, I felt, gave the best performances, even when they were trying to make the dialogue work. Sometimes I wondered if things ended up on the cutting room floor, because sometimes characters had information, and sometimes I would be asking myself, how did they get this information if they weren't there, you know? Some of the action scenes were also not that thrilling, except for maybe the climactic one near the end. While I liked the drama between Kraven and his father, and some of Kraven's characteristics like his love for animals, most of the time I felt like I was just watching the movie, and I wasn't bored, but I wasn't really engaged either. Overall, I think I like this movie much more than Madame Web, which was the first Sony Marvel movie I saw this year, and interestingly enough, Kraven's going to be the last Sony movie that I'm going to see this year. But I think I liked Kraven a little bit more than Madame Web. I thought Kraven the Hunter was okay. I thought it had good ideas. I feel like everyone was trying their best with the movie, and I thought it was a technically well-made movie. Taylor Johnson and Crowe, I thought, gave great performances, but there was just not quite enough there for me to recommend the movie. I would give Kraven the Hunter 2 stars. Also, there has been news that there will probably be no more Sony Marvel movies in this series, and that Kraven's going to be the last one. So basically that means what was being set up in the last Venom movie and what was shown in the mid-credits of Morbius is probably not going to happen now. Well, if you have seen Kraven the Hunter, what did you think? Do you really think it was terrible? Did you love it? Are you like me where you think it was just okay but not quite there? Please post your comments in the comment box below, and feel free to hit the like button, and please, if you're interested, please hit the subscribe button so that every time I get a movie review up, you can check it out. And speaking of movie reviews, go ahead. I've got a bunch of movie reviews from all different eras that you can watch. There's movie reviews that you can watch in the theaters, something you can watch in the comforts of your own home. I've got new releases. I have classic movies from the 1930s, 40s, and beyond. So feel free to check the channel out. Well, thank you very much for watching. Have a great new year, and we'll catch you later.